What's going on, world? Welcome to another episode of What's in Your iPad podcast. I'm your man, Cypha Omni, here with Chick on the Beat.
Hello.
Here with Beatmakeristhesquad, and we have a special guest in the house on this episode. On the special episode, we have our man, Carlton Inertia Wilson in the crib. Happy New Year, brother. How's everything been with you so far, man?
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody. Everything is good. I can't complain. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for taking the time out.
My pleasure.
Let's get to it, man. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, man.
I mean, you can ask me questions. My name is Carlton Inertia Wilson. I'm a producer and an actor, and I'm on here right now to talk about a movie that's coming out that I will be starring in.
Yeah. Well, let's go. Before we get to that, let's go ahead and give everybody a little bit of background of where you guys started in music, man. What got you started in the music?
Being in the lunchroom with you in high school. That is where it got serious for me. Started there, and then just started putting beats online, and things just progressed from there, and just kept it moving from there. But that's where I got started, was in the lunchroom.
Yeah, I was right there to witness.
I know, you was doing the beatboxing.
Yeah, there was good times too, man, because when you started making beats, we was in high school. I think when we linked up, I was a sophomore and you was a freshman.
Yeah.
Well, you still had the flat top.
I remember that.
And you used to play some of your beats through the Walkman back in the day.
Oh, wow.
On the disc, man.
That rings a bell.
On the school bus, and we would be in the back of the bus. I'm like, man, these is fire. I was trash back then. I wasn't really rapping because I was scared to rap, even though I was writing, but I was beatboxing. You know what I'm saying?
Killing the beatbox. You was beatboxing every cipher.
Yeah, man. Talk about some of your musical journey, man.
So it started in the lunchroom. I started putting my beats on the internet. A guy from California got signed using some of my beats, and he told me about it, and I talked to his manager. We chopped it up. I ended up moving out there. I moved to California, lived there for 3 years, helping produce his project and work with them, just learning about the music industry and all that type of stuff. And things continued to progress. I landed a placement on Soulja Boy's album, and took that money, moved to Atlanta. Did things out there, pursued, worked, won different awards, just continuing. That's where it's at, currently. After that, then it's just, looking for things here, looking for things there. But those are some of the highlights of the musical journey thus far.
Yeah, and you won a major beat contest down there in Atlanta a few years back too.
Yeah, that was one of the things. The I Standard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember seeing some of the footage on that. I was like, oh, he up there killing them right now.
About how many people were in that competition?
Man, I don't remember exactly how many. I remember some of the notable people, though. I think it was about 20 people.
Okay.
Was that the one where they kind of did it like from city to city? The beats, was it the Beats of the Beats or something like that?
Yeah. Yep. I didn't go. But in Atlanta, I remember Black Metaphor was one of the people who was there, and Kato on the Beat. Kato on the Beat was one of the people there too.
That's what's up. Can I just say, I'm so hyped to have you on this show right now, because back when I started getting on the internet and spitting, you were the person, Cyph put me on to you, and I fell in love with your beats. You made me stop producing, because I was like, I don't need to produce. I don't need to make beats. His beats are everything I like. His style, you had some crazy beats back then with strings. That's my shit. That's right up my alley. Some orchestral sounding crazy shit you had going on. And somewhere there's a SoundCloud out there with mad. Is it SoundCloud? No, not SoundCloud. What's the other one?
SoundClick.
The first one. Somewhere there's a SoundClick with thousands of tracks I did over all the beats you were putting out back then. That's dope. Shit, what year was this, Cyph? This was back in...
Oh, man. That had early 2000s.
Early 2000s. Well,
I was gonna say this is easily over 15 years ago. Easily.
it's crazy. It's been a minute.
Yeah, and so when Cypha was like, yo, he's gonna come on, like, I always ask about you because I'm like, yo, he had the best beats back in
I
the
appreciate
days,
that.
like
That's
the
dope.
best. And I just like, it's not that I stopped following you, I just like stopped being on the internet and mom life and stuff. So now that I'm
Yeah.
getting back into it, I'm like, yo, that's so dope that he's coming on the show, because only if he knew how many tracks I did on his joints. Like, so yeah, I'm hyped to have you on. That's what's
No,
up.
appreciate. That's good to hear. That's dope.
I'm gonna
That's
go
super dope.
dig. I gotta hit the internet and really dig. And I know I could find all these tracks because
Yeah.
I lost them on hard drives. But I'm gonna find these tracks and post them.
I wanna
And
hear
I'm
it.
horribly
Definitely send it
trash.
to
I
me.
destroyed your shits. Not in a good way. Back then I was trash. So
I
I'm
wanna
still
hear
on
it.
you now. But nah, I got you. I'm gonna find
For
these
sure.
shits.
For sure.
I'm gonna find them. But yeah, you had the best beats. So I need to go
appreciate
dig and see what you working on now.
Yeah, I got some new stuff. I'll give you a website. We can talk about all that for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, we'll definitely plug all your links with the episode
Yes,
too. We'll get all
yes.
the links
Sure.
plugged in because this will also be on YouTube for people to watch.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Cool.
So actually, listeners, hit the description and all the links will be down there.
Yes.
For sure.
Hey man, one quick question I want to throw in
Yeah.
there too, real quick. What's some of your? I know you don't really use an iPad when we talked.
Yeah.
But we don't want everybody, all our listeners, to just think that just because our podcast is called "What's in Your iPad" that we
Right.
just strictly just
Yeah.
produce on iPad. So, what's some of your favorite DAWs? What do you like to work with?
Well, good question. I pretty much did like everything that Ms.LeD is talking about that I put on the internet. Pretty much up until the last 2 years have all been from Fruity Loops and Windows Vista, and just getting different sounds here and there, different VSTs. But FL Studio is where I started, and I love it to death. But recently, I just enrolled into Full Sail University. I'm gonna go ahead and get a degree in music production, and
Hell yeah.
get some more.
Congratulations.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And I just network there and learn how things are set up. But recently, working with them, they've got me on Logic Pro, and I really like Logic Pro X now. I don't even really fool with FL Studio. I still love it, but I can do everything I want to do in Logic Pro X. And I don't know, it's just more streamlined. It's more up to date. I like it better. So those are the main two. But if I had to pick one, if I had to like give some advice, I would say go with Logic Pro X now, because I think you can do a little bit more. You know? Yeah. How about y'all? What do y'all like?
Oh man, me, I'm on a computer. I'm on Reason. On iPad,
Okay.
I'm pretty much like Beatmaker3 and Korg Gadget. Like those. That's like because Gadget's on the phone too. So I could be on the go and make stuff.
Gotcha.
Are you even like aware of the things you can do on the iOS device with production? 'Cause
I'm
a lot of people
just,
aren't.
like I said, just two years. I'm just now getting into Apple, so 2 years in.
Right. Same. But there's some incredible apps like that you don't even need a computer to do anything anymore.
I know, it's so crazy. Like all
It
the new
is
stuff
like
you
there's
hear about every
mastering
day.
apps, there's DAWs, like there's everything you could think of, and it's
Yeah.
so much cheaper.
Right
and
now.
it's hands on. Yeah, right now because
Right now,
we think
yeah, right
they're
now.
gonna.
'Cause
They don't realize what they
it's-
got. I think.
it's I got a feeling it's gonna go up because
More people catch on.
it's inevitable.
Yeah. Makes sense. I'm learning new stuff every day. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. You should check it out. Like even if you just watch a couple videos, check them out. There's so much things. I'm not saying like for anyone that they have to switch, but to incorporate an iPad or an iOS into your workflow, I know it's done wonders for me. Like so, everyone should really check it out.
Yeah, I know. For me,
Check it
like with the way I started was basically I had like this program. It would cost $10. It was on my phone, but it didn't function correctly because there was something wrong with my phone. So then I went back and got my phone replaced. And I remember walking out the Apple store. I was like, oh yeah, let me download Beatmaker 2 again. You know, because I paid $10 for it and it didn't work out. So I was like, all right, there's only $10. Like, I'm good. So I downloaded it again, and now it was actually working. and it wasn't so much that I was working. I was able to get like a keyboard that I could hook up to my phone. So like I'm a teacher, so I'm sitting there making beats on my phone like in between classes, and I'm like, like I had it like because I would keep a laptop in my book bag, and it was like the black MacBook, you know, and that was not heavy, but like if you got that plus like books, lesson plans, tests, and everything, like that bag, you know, it gets heavy after a while, you know. So after a while, I'm like, yo, I don't even need to take the laptop with me. And so like even if like with that, like you could, like a lot of people say, oh, they start their beats, like I've made full out beats on the phone, you know what I mean, you know what I'm saying, like full out tracks, you know what I'm saying. So like but like at the same time, I've also made like loops and things that I go in and I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna bounce this out and put this on the iPad or on a computer or, you know, on whatever. So, you know, it's just like an extra piece of like it's like an extra piece of gear, but it's like super cheap. You know what I'm saying? So like that's you know, if you do have an iPhone, I would say mess with Garageband because it's there already and it's
that's free.
And and I think you can actually bounce those projects out into Logic. Like you like
can.
Right? Yeah, you can, like all the tracks.
You can download the Logic remote for it. Yeah, all of that. Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, even if it's just like instruments, synths on there or something, you know what I mean? Just having, like, Cheez, you was saying like how you just turned your iPad into a sound module, basically. Like, it's just sounds. Like,
yeah, and they have this thing now. I don't know if you. Yeah, well, you said you're on Logic. They have this thing called iDam, something like that. And I just heard about it. I'm just literally getting into it. So it's inter-device audio and MIDI, where you can literally, I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, but I know you can stream MIDI through the lightning cable, but you might also be able to stream audio through the lightning cable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like just boom, plug it in, and that's it. And so your iOS device becomes like a sound module. Like I found another app where like you're able to do it. So like I got like a bunch of like plugins on here that I'm like, yo, I'm not buying these twice. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna buy it for $15 on iPad and $80 on the computer or whatever, right? And so I got like this organ plugin. This organist plugin is real dope, but it's kind of old. And so they updated it from the original version on the iPad to the second version. But when the second version came out, they opened a whole new app, and it was like you had to pay for it again. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I got the app the first time. The second one is just an update in the form factor. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, I don't have an organ like this on my computer. I'm like, but I don't need one because I got the iPad. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, boom. So it's just like if you're looking for like more sounds and stuff like that, you can get a lot of stuff for free. A lot of stuff for free. You know what I'm saying? And if it's not free, like $20, like, and you good. Like we always make the joke, like, yo, on payday you can go to the app store and ball out, you know, and walk out and still and not put a dent in, like, you know, and you're spending money in your budget. You know what I'm saying? So like it's a real, like, to me it's like a real dope option, you know. So
and it's hands on. Like, you could touch the screen and play a guitar on the screen. That's crazy to me. You know what I mean?
That
like,
is crazy.
The only thing they have like that is like that slate, right? And that's not even, it doesn't even have half those capabilities. But as far as hands-on, like being able to touch the screen and do that, like with instruments and shit, that's crazy. Like, you
can hook your
with,
keyboards, you can hook your drum pads, you can hook everything up into your iPad too. You know, the fact that it's mobile. You know, that we talk about too, like if you at work on your lunch breaks, in between breaks or something like that, or if you away from the house and an idea pops up and inspires you, you could just pull the iPhone out, the iPad out, and just, you know, put it down, and then when you get back to the crib later, you can plug everything up and boom.
Yeah. Yep. That's a new world. That's definitely something we didn't have 10 years ago.
Well, I wish. What?
Oh.
I don't think I would have stopped, because I stopped for a while. I think I would have just kept going. Like, I would have been so, like, having so much fun with it. Like, but that's why I stopped. I wasn't having fun anymore. Then when I realized you could do this on the iPad.
Yeah, it'll definitely open up a new world if you ever get a chance to kind of delve into it a little bit. See, man, you'll be like, what? Like,
I'm sure I will.
Just watch some Beatmakeristhesquad videos. Go to his YouTube, and you can see certain little apps and shit. Like, that's out there.
Yeah.
The Beatmaker 3 videos he got.
Or I do on Instagram. There's a hashtag Dope Free App, and so I just like anytime I find anything free, I just put it out there. Like, yo, this is a dope free app. It does this, it does that, does this, does that. Because I'm all about saving a buck. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, if it's free, it's out there, and I come across it. Like I don't always get to try them out. Because when people ask me, "Oh, how is it?" I'm like, "Bro, it's free." Like, I don't know. Like, try it out and find out. Like, you know, it's free. It can't hurt. It's gonna cost you a little bit of time. You know what I mean?
Right. But tell us about this movie that you're in that's dropping. Did it drop already or it's dropping?
No, we just finished the crowdfunding campaign for it. It's going to drop. What we're planning is to drop on Valentine's Day, 2021. So like a month from now.
Okay.
But it's called Invite the Devil to Come and Play. It's a horror film based out of Columbia, South Carolina, and we're super excited about it.
Yeah, it sounds dope.
Yeah, it's real cool. So
that's a title that grabs you in. You want to
know
what's going on here.
I know,
that's
right?
a good title.
That's what I thought too. When I first read the script, I was like, I definitely want to play in this. And it's basically it's like a quick synopsis of it. It's about a guy who really loves music. His whole goal is to make it as a musician, but life happens and he's not able to do what he wants to do. So he's stuck in that place of, I have to put food on the table, but this is what I want to do with my life. What do I prioritize? Do I go for what makes me happy, or do I go for what makes her happy? So that's like the premise of the movie, but it's a horror film, so it goes into a different place. I don't want to give away too much. But his journey is kind of crazy, what the choices he makes.
I'm pretty sure a lot of listeners right now can relate to just even that quick synopsis that you just gave too. Like, man, you know, a lot of creators and producers and artists come to that crossroads of like, should I go this way? Or should I sacrifice and go this way? Like, a lot of people will probably relate to that, man. And congratulations on this independent film, too, by the way.
Thank you. No problem.
Congratulations on that.
That's really dope.
And you played a lead role in this movie, correct?
Yeah. It's about Oliver Russell. I play Oliver.
Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And did you do some of the productions on it also?
I'll answer yours real quick. I couldn't really hear you, Ms.LeD. But I did some of the production. I'm helping out Lynn, but Lynn is doing Lynn and Tyler and our friend Brandon is doing like the boatload of the composition for the movie. Like, he's the composer behind the movie, Lynn LL Gaddy. But I just help here and there. Like at first, like when we first got started, I thought I was going to do a lot more of it. But once I heard what he had on the table, I was like, oh, all right, you got it. So if you just need me, I'll be here. And that's kind of how we've been working. I wrote one of the pieces in the movie, just the basis of it, the chord progression. And he came on and helped me finish that. But other than that, all LL Gaddy, Tyler McGee, and Brandon. I don't know your last name, Brandon. I'm just now realizing that. But our friend Brandon. And
shout out to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what's up. And where can we watch it when it drops?
So right now, the only way to watch it is if you donated money to the campaign and you pre-ordered it. We're gonna do like a private viewing for everyone there, and then we're gonna go to film festivals and submit all over the place and see what we can get and seek distribution that way. So once we get a distributor, then you can get it wherever. But for now, just the crowdfunding campaign.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, we'll make sure to put some links on that as well. Where can people find that?
Well, it's actually over. It ended last Wednesday, so it's actually too late to do it. But you can still just go see the campaign. Really, right now, there's no reason to go see the campaign. Just come to the Facebook or come to the website because the campaign is over.
Yeah. Where's the website for everybody to check out, man?
So
what's the best way for them?
Yeah, the website is www.invitethedevil.com. Or if you're on Facebook, just go to Facebook and type in Invite the Devil to come and play.
Yeah. Cool. Do your Googles.
Yeah.
Do your Googles, everybody. Do your Googles. Well, Well, that sounds pretty dope, man. I'm looking forward to checking it out. Just like what Ms.LeD said too. Just the title alone grabbed me. I was like, man, what's Carlton doing, man? Like,
I know, right? I thought that too. Like, it's a little out there, but once I read the script, I was like, oh, no brainer. I want to be a part of this. I see where they're going. So,
was this your first acting role? My bad, bro.
No, I mean, kind of, sort of. Like, I've acted a lot. Like, acting is one of my huge loves in life. Acting and music are pretty much equal. So I did a lot of high school plays and stuff like that, and I did some extra work when I lived in California. I was in a couple movies and TV shows, but as far as like a starring role, yeah, this would be the first. You know?
How was it for you? Was it easy, nerve-wracking, hard, what?
A little bit of all of that. Like, I had certain days where it came, I was like, that was good. Certain days where I'm like, damn, what do you need from me? How do I do this? And so it was a challenging thing. It was a fun thing, but definitely something I like to do. I want to do it again for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys did all the filming in North Carolina?
No, South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina.
South Carolina. Excuse me.
Yeah. All here. Man, we just finished. We're not sure if we're absolutely finished just yet, but we've been shooting for about a year and a half. It shouldn't have took this long, but COVID-19 happened, so. Of course, everybody knows about that, but that held us back. But we just shot like a final, what might be like the final shot, like last week. So we'll see. Full length. I think it's going to end up being about 90 minutes. We'll see how Lynn wants to edit it.
Man, I know I was blown away when I was checking out some of the credits that you've had over the years, man. What was one of your favorite moments of when a particular artist or somebody jumped on one of your tracks? Like, who was the one that just? Well, I know there's probably more than one. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But what was some of your experiences where you were like, "Yo, are you serious?" Like,
Soulja Boy. Shout out to Soulja Boy. Tell him.
I
know, right? I never forget the day I was on Twitter and somebody tweeted out, "Did I just hear the Inertia? Did I just hear Soulja Boy's new song with an Inertia tag?" I was like, "Did you?" I got in there and looked and saw that he had used the beat, and I had been talking to his head A&R at the time, and he had just used the beat and put it out. I was like, "Oh shit!" I'll never forget that moment of like, "Oh shit!" So that'd probably be the highlight.
Yeah. I like the one that Keisha Cole did on one of your beats too, man. And that Versus is coming up soon. Who you got in that Versus, bro?
I'm biased.
You gotta be.
I'm biased.
You
because
gotta be.
Keisha sang on my track. That's definitely up there too. That's like 1A and 1B. But yeah, I'm definitely going for Keisha.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Who is like some of your inspirations, like as a producer and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, two main ones. Timbaland. Timbaland is my favorite producer of all time, hands down. And Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer is like just probably like my favorite person to like make music. Period.
That makes so much sense of me knowing your work.
Right.
That makes so much sense.
I know, yes. Right. That's who I resonate
I love
with.
him too, yeah. That's what's up. It makes sense.
You got any future projects you're working on right now? Rap projects or production projects? Anything in the near future?
I mean, there's a lot of irons in the fire, so we'll see what comes through. But as far as just directly working, I'm fully all in on this movie right now. I'm making sure it gets to where it needs to get to. There are a couple other things, but I won't speak on it until it's like ready to actually happen. As you all know, like things could change.
Don't want to jinx it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, but all in on this movie right now. That's the main focus.
So you never used any MPCs?
No.
Machines? Nothing? That's crazy.
Never. I started on FL Studio. I thought about getting an MPC back in the day, like when I first started getting going, but I just never. I got to the point where I realized I could do whatever I wanted to do. I could do with FL Studio, so there was no point in like investing in the hardware. I saw it was just all about the sound quality. For me, it was about the sound quality. So I just looked for the best sounds I could find and go from there.
When did you start producing?
Man, probably like 2002, 2001. right around that time. After that Cypher, where Cypher was beatboxing, and I started to realize that's what I kind of wanted to do. Right then, that's when I started making beats. Yeah. To rap over.
Yeah, he had everybody going crazy.
Yeah, man, that was fun. That was fun.
So were you doing music before you started, before you started producing, like in any way at all?
My grandmother, when I was real young, my grandma used to play on the piano downstairs. So I remember waking up, and that'd be the first thing I would hear, and then I'd go downstairs and watch her. And she taught me a few things. And there was a guy across the street named Jarrell. I used to go over there. He was like cold on the piano, and I remember he would like show me a couple things. And so that's where it really started. Those two people.
That's really dope.
Mm-hmm.
Who's some of your favorite artists right now?
Oh man, the game has changed, boy. It is not the same. You know, honestly, what I've noticed, like for the first time in my life, I'm like more into R&B than I am into hip hop. For the first time, I resonate more with what R&B cats are doing than with just what I'm hearing hip hop in general. But
you know what that's called?
What?
Growth.
Yeah, I guess, right?
You growed up.
Hey, don't even feel bad. I remember being in college, being like hooked on the Source and like XXL and all of that, right?
Same.
And knowing every artist, knowing every producer, right? And now, honestly, if somebody came to me and was like, "Yo, who's your top 5 producers right now?" I'd be like, me? and it's not on some arrogant shit. It's just more so on some like I don't really follow. I don't like what's put into that hip hop box right now. I don't follow it like I used to. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, and growing up, you looking back and be like, damn, like I was really saying this shit at like 12, 13 years old, like, you know. So like, you know, but I get it, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he got a crazy studio down there in Inertia. He got a crazy studio. Speaking of studios, man, you have a studio in your home, or do you have a location?
Oh yeah, in here. I just moved in with my girlfriend, and we are getting this whole place organized. But I have like a studio section. Like it ain't where I want it to be yet, but we compromising and stuff. So I got a studio. A studio, but it ain't there yet. I still need to put up my mic and everything, but
yeah,
got my keyboard up.
So
honestly,
that's important.
Yeah, that's like kind of where it seems like I'm headed. Is like to more of like the soundtrack world. That's like for the it's a lot of soundtrack stuff. Like they have us doing a lot of that in school, and I like it. Like as Ms.LeD says, like that's always just been what I naturally do, is like orchestral, like epic sounding shit. Like that's just what I love to do. And that's what like soundtracks is like all about. But I never thought about that growing up. I was just pursuing hip hop. That's what I love. So, but now we'll see. Once this degree comes through and I can see where is an opening, however I can get into that world, that's a whole new world. But that's what I like to do. So that's what I've been doing recently.
You mess with shimmer reverbs? I know it's a very random.
Shimmer
reverb.
What's that?
It's a reverb. Basically, it's a reverb. It's a reverb that goes into like a delay, and it kind of like feeds itself back in, but then it goes into a pitch shifter. Like they use it a lot in like soundtracks. Like you'll play one note, and it'll sound like it'll be like, and then like it sound like it just kind of like, because like it's delaying and it's changing the pitch of some of the delay tails or whatever. So like it makes like a real like if you could look up anything, like mess with that. I guarantee you will love the sound of them. Shimmer reverb.
Shimmer reverb.
Uh-huh.
Is it like from any specific company?
No. It's just like a particular type of reverb. It's just like you can get them pretty much like wherever. I would look on. I always go to Plug-in Boutique and just look free. They probably got one on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and but like I think if you're really into the soundtrack stuff, I think you would love Shimmer Reverb, especially on strings, synths, all that type of stuff. Like it's going real like this. It's like it's like especially for like horror type of stuff. Like So like I told you, I'm a teacher, so like I like because we doing this online or whatever. So sometimes I'll be like playing music in the class. So lately I've been like playing the Chucky soundtrack, just to mess with the kids or whatever. But like you can hear shimmers all over that. Like they got to run like a toy piano through a shimmer reverb, like and stuff like that. So you get like real crazy textures from it. So like like it's good for like I think it's real good for like those big epic. Big cloud, the epic cloud sound.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, what else we want to ask Inertia?
Or does Inertia have questions for us?
Yeah, that's true.
Man. So, I want to know everyone's musical journey. Like, so, Ms.LeD, I remember Cypha telling me about you, like, years ago. Just interested in, like, to know, like, how you got started in music. And my man, too.
I always loved hip hop since like I could remember. Like hip hop was my shit, and I don't know. I just always had to have music playing. So, and I always liked to write rhymes. So I started like with that, and then I got into production. Then I left the production alone for a long time, and I was rhyming for a while. And then it's funny, like you said, what your movie is, like that sort of happened to me. It was time to have kids and married, and so I went that way for a while. And I'm just now getting back into it like 5 years ago. And I'm not gonna sit here and rhyme. I still write, but the production thing I love. Like I love making beats and music and just sounds, like you said. And that's basically it for me. Like when I got on the internet, like we used to rhyme in the streets and shit. And when the internet came out, like I was like, oh shit, I found a forum, and I'm like, all these people on here spitting their shit. You could do this right here.
I know, right?
So I started like really getting. That's around the time that like I linked up with Cypha, and then he put me onto your work. And I was like, man, I found the producer I want. I don't need to make beats. Like, I'm good. he makes the shit that I like and the shit that I like to rhyme over. And yeah, that was just basically it. But here I am now, just into all of this tech stuff, because I can't believe you could do all of this on like iPads and phones. So
I know it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess for me, I started music like when I was a little kid. Like I was in a school where like in 4th grade you got piano lessons plus lessons on the instrument of your choice, and you sing in the school choir. And so like from my school, the producer Amadeus, he went to my school. There's another dude, Chops 165. He does a lot of like underground New York stuff. Dude named Mr. Roger. He did songs with like he did it. Like, I remember way back when I was in like 7th grade, he had a song with Barry White. Like he was spitting on a Barry White song, like or whatever.
That's
but
crazy.
He was working with like Puffy, like mad people. You know what I'm saying? So like we all had like from way back when, it was like kind of chipped in all of us. You know what I mean? And so ever since then, like it's just been like about music. I used to DJ in college. And I remember I told my homeboy, like we was DJing on the radio, and I told my homeboy, I was like, I think I want to make beats. He's like, yeah. He's like, I've been waiting for you to say it. Like the fuck, you play bass, you DJ. Like it's only the natural progression, and like I started way back, but never really took it like seriously until like I was realizing like you actually got a little talent here, so like maybe you should like be a little more serious about it, and that's been pretty much it. I found out about like the mobile stuff about a few years ago, and I was like, I think this is a good opportunity to kind of make something of a career with music that doesn't necessarily have to be me like producing for someone. You know what I'm saying? Like because like producers, like if you just listen, all right, 3 producers were just born right now. You know what I'm saying? and the way I look at it is like they're gonna need somewhere to go, and I know a lot of them need that low entry point. That low entry point is that piece of gear they already got. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, boom, come holler at me. I help you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it is that's where we at. So yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I ain't got to talk about me. He already know about me. But for the listeners, for some of the listeners, you know, we when me and C, you know, going back to our high school days, like we even came up with a group with a couple of friends of ours that we called Delphi.
Delphi?
Yeah, Delphi. And it was an acronym for Dominion of Enlightened Lyricists Promoting Higher Intelligence.
Damn, that's deep.
And so,
That's
yeah,
what we was on.
We would do a lot of it. We're kind of like with the album that I did with Bloody Hands, Two Halves of the Same Brain. It's kind of the scientific style of rhyming, and that's what we was really into at the time and stuff like that. But yeah, we just kind of fell into music really at the same time. Like he was getting inspired with making beats and stuff, and you know I was writing rhymes. But I mean, I come from a background of, you know, I was a little bit on the piano as a kid, but a lot of people didn't know I played the drums growing up because my dad was a drummer and a bass player. And so,
that's why your ass was beatboxing your ass off. It all makes sense now.
Yeah. And then I didn't start getting serious about rhyming until, you know, several years after that. Like I hooked up with Ms.LeD around the same time, not too long after that. You know, after we got out of school and stuff like that, and came across the online communities and stuff like that, and that's how me and her hooked up. And, you know, and had that friendship for over 20 years now, and you know, it just pretty much went from there. And I didn't really start getting serious about rhyming until, you know, maybe like mid 2000s, stuff like that. And then, you know, because I actually wasn't afraid to start rapping finally and just kind of spitting, you know, getting on stage and getting in front of people like, yo, dude, like yo, this is dope. Like you, but same thing, which is funny about your movie. The same thing happened to me. Life happened to me. Right. You know what I mean?
Life
so that's why I'm
happen.
looking forward to checking out this movie too, man. To kind of see where you
it sounds dope.
see the direction it's going in. But,
Right, for sure.
and I didn't start producing until 3 years now. I'm still real. I'm a baby in the game. You know what I'm saying? As far as production and stuff like that. So, but I have fun with it. I look forward to doing more with it. And you know what I'm saying? Shit. And then, you know, I have a plethora of information where I can reach out to Ms.LeD, Cheez, Bry, J1, which ain't on the episode today. You know, reach out to you if I have questions and stuff like that. So, you know, I take that as a blessing. It's kind of a cheat code for me. So, you know, but I ain't mad at it. You know?
Right, me either. It's dope.
Yeah.
I never knew your dad was a drummer.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, he's a drummer. He's back on the drums now. He had a total knee replacement last year. And he hasn't had a drum set for a long time. And I kept pressuring him. I said, Dad, you need to get a drum set. Dad, you need to get a drum set. Dad, you need to get a drum set. He finally got one. He got a digital drum set. And I'm going to go over there soon and see what I can do with the iPad with it. Because it's got a bunch of plugins and stuff on it. You know what I'm saying? So, but he finally got a drum set. He's back doing that. But he grew up on, you know, single bass, double bass drums. All he's a monster on those. You know, he's a monster. He's also been offered to, you know, play for different bands and stuff like that over the years. And, you know, say life happened to him too. So, you know what I mean? So that's what I say. A lot of creators and producers alike will definitely, I feel like, will relate to the movie and the concept that you guys, you know,
I think a lot
with this project.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, anybody like with a dream, you know what I mean? You know, like, cause like it's so funny. I was talking to like my students about this yesterday, and it was like, you know, asking me like, cause I'm in here, so like I'll pull up different gadgets. They was like, yo, why you have all this stuff? I was like, cause like I'm not, you know, I'm a teacher from 8 to 3. I was like, all them outside them hours I'm something else. They was like, well, why don't you do that? I was like, because dreams cost. I was like, the only ones that's free is the ones you close your eyes and see. Like, like dreams cost. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so like it's you know.
For sure.
Yeah, I definitely want to see this movie.
Yeah, I'm excited for it to come out. Can't wait.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Hey, Cypha, man, you know, you talking about Pops on the drums. Hey, you tell Pops, you send some of them drum loops my way.
Sample packs, you know. You know what I'm saying?
Some Pops drum loops. That.
Yeah, some of them sound packs. Yeah, man.
Don't have to clear nothing.
At all.
Yeah.
Or, unless Pops is like, yo, master clearance guarantee, you got to clear with me. You know,
Right.
like whatever the case may be. Hey. Get
Yeah,
probably
right now,
bad.
he's right now,
shit too.
Yeah, I can
yeah,
imagine.
It's a problem. Yeah,
I can
yeah,
imagine.
His
yeah,
timing is crazy. The videos I've seen of him playing.
I seen one video where he was playing like because I didn't know neither to that video, and I remember you posted a quick video of it, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
shit.
that was literally when I posted that video on my IG. He was just getting back into drumming at the time. It's been years since we back on the drums. He was already playing like that with the total knee replacement, might I add. You know, you see his knee was wrapped up, and you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So, but yeah, man, he's right now he's on the kick of he's wanting some backtracks, you know, some backing tracks, so he can start laying some of his own stuff down. So,
It's all muscle memory. He ain't gonna take him much time to get right back to it.
No, he's already, spinning the sticks, and you know what I'm saying. He already got a whole, like how we all have our home studios.
Yeah.
He's already got his lighting and everything, like he on stage. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's fire. That's fire.
Yeah. So don't be surprised if I be hitting y'all up, to get a little bit of input and a little bit of work. You know what I'm saying? So
We can some bass lines, man.
Yeah.
Bass over here.
Yeah. So see, how long have you been in Carolina now, man?
Well, let's see. I've been out here. This will be 4 years. 2021 is 4 years. Yeah.
Moved out there for work, some of the work and everything.
Yeah, driving trucks. Yep.
Yeah. That's what my son does too.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. Like that kind of goes back to what Cheez was saying. Some of our dreams cost. We still got to bring some money home. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, man. There's nothing wrong with that. We all got jobs over here. You know what I'm saying? So.
I'll say for me, like driving truck, it's not a part of my dream, but it's necessary for one reason or another for me in this journey. The way that life happens, that truck driving is vital. Helps me keep food on the table, keep a roof over our heads. I'm grateful for it.
Yeah.
Let's
And
keep
that's
it
honest
moving
of me
from
too,
here.
man. Because a lot of people are in our positions. You know what I'm saying? It's like we gotta budget our time with work and with our creative endeavors.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So if you had anything that you could tell aspiring creators, producers, the like, to tell them right now, say, what would you say to somebody who's aspiring to do what you're doing?
Yeah. Just go hard, man. Like, don't overthink things. Just give your best where you're at, and just keep doing that consistently. Like, no matter what the results are, just keep doing that. You end up where you're supposed to be.
That's what's up.
That's what I would say. Yeah. Well, how about that last one for everybody? That one's like a big one. How would you respond to that? You had to give some advice to up and coming producers or composers. What would you tell them?
I'd tell them, work with what you got and save a lot. Because not to be silly or nothing, but like a lot of times like producers, we get caught up in like trying to get the latest stuff and whatnot. And if you kind of like, even you just said you work with FL for the longest, you know what I'm saying? And I know me personally, I've jumped around from gear to gear to gear. But me, I'm the type of person, I get something, like I sell it, I flip it, get something else. You know what I'm saying? That's always been my thing or whatever, like, cause like I just kind of lose interest in things. But at the same time, once you got that one thing that works for you, stick with it, you know what I mean? And every time you look around, you see something that you want to buy, if you can afford it, go ahead and buy it. But you should, that same amount that you pay for it, you should probably like try to stash a little bit too, because like it's gonna be a time when that when you're gonna have to be like jump out on faith, and you're gonna have that money to be that safety net too. You know what I'm saying? So like so yeah, save and work with what you got. That's it.
Word. I would just say study, like. Study your craft, like that's it. Like, you know how many times I listen to the same drum loop to see, like, you know what I mean? If you're serious about what you're gonna do, study your craft. That's all I would say.
That's real. And I would say, don't worry about feedback either. Take constructive criticism is one thing, but don't get caught up in the likes and the views and you know and the
That's
feedback.
so important now.
Yeah, just don't get caught up in that, in my opinion. You know, just going along with what you guys are saying. You know, study, work at it. You know, save some money. And just don't get caught up in you know, what other people's opinions are necessarily, unless people are coming from. And what's so good about, you know, the producer community, a lot of people don't really come from a negative, you know what I'm saying, aspect as far as, you know, the community and as in general. You know, you're still gonna have a few assholes out there, you know, just to keep it a buck. But you know, what's great about the community is everybody, you know, tends to be, you know, constructive with each other. Like, yo, maybe instead of this, you know, you should try this, or you know, maybe you should, you know, hit up so and so and work with this, or try this DAW, or do this, you know. So that's the beauty about just the production side. You know, the community of the producers that's out here. You know, we appreciate it. You know, a lot of them.
You know what I think it is though, bro? I noticed that we're all like in the same age. So we, you know, we seen like the beginning stupid trolling shit on the internet. And now the community we're in now is pretty much like the same like age range, and we all have that serious, you know, respect for it. It's not so much like
And you could also
We
tell
wasn't born with this shit.
Yeah. You know what I mean? We had to actually like plug cables into a VCR into a TV. It's not to be on some old head like, oh, these young whippersnappers. It's not to be on no bullshit like that. But it's just to say like I always feel like I was born like at the perfect time, because I got the best of both worlds. I got the end of like a lot of the analog stuff and the beginning of the digital stuff, and so you was able to kind of like look on both sides and been like kind of mesh them together. You know what I mean? But like, you know, like a lot of like, I mean, I teach kids that grew up with YouTube. Like, they don't remember a time when YouTube did not exist. You know what I mean?
That's so crazy.
You know, so like, you know, so like, yeah.
We don't know what that's like. That's a new breed of human.
Yeah.
For real.
But you know,
that's the perfect way to put it.
The crazy part of it though is like now, like, because you know, you see people and they be like, yo, I don't know how to do this. If they sitting there looking on their phone, I'm like, fam, like, the answer's right there in your hands. Like, what you mean you don't know? Like, ask Google, ask Siri, somebody.
Yeah, I've always cracked the joke. I'd be the laziest straight A student in the world if I was, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man, right?
That age right now.
Man.
Yeah, could you imagine if we
this? Nah, you can't. You can't.
This remote, like,
nah. Listen. I'm gonna put you on, right? Because the kids try it. They try it. They go to Wikipedia or whatever. They copy paste, right? And then you turn the paper in, right?
All the
like,
answers.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing: you turn the paper in, and like we like me, like because we online, everything is digital. So if you turn the paper in, the first thing your teacher's doing, they copy paste, they put it in Google, boom, Wikipedia come right up. Or like they'll copy like a paragraph. They're like, yo, this don't sound like you. Boom, come right up. Now you got a plagiarism. Like, I won't call it a charge, but I mean, shit, that's basically what it is, because they try to hold it over your head like, hey, you've been charged with plagiarism.
right.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, he's a kid. Like, but yeah, nah, they trust me. They try it, man. They try it. But I would tell you, man, like the more tech like a lot of people get, the lazier they get. 'Cause, you know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, the answer is right there, bro. Just type it in. Like, you could eventually you search for it enough, you're gonna get more answers than you actually asked for. You know what I mean? Some of it's gonna be right, a lot of them's gonna be wrong. But like, eventually, you know, they all gonna feed it to you. You know what I mean? So
I feel you though. I think the crazy thing what you said is that it's true too. It's like, as convenient as things are, it's like you start to get lazy with it. It's just crazy. Maybe it's because they didn't have it. I mean, excuse me, that we didn't have it, and they just had it all along, so they kind of take it for granted type of thing. But that's is just crazy
what
though.
it is.
Right?
No,
it's crazy to think about.
Yo, I tell the kids all the time, I was like, yo, take advantage, but don't take it for granted. You know what I mean?
Right,
it's
right.
Like know the difference. Like, so like, you know, you got this. There's. You know, like I remember it was a night where my internet was off, and I was in this motherfucker. I was done. I had to watch TV on my phone. Like, my PlayStation don't play DVDs. I'm like, what the fuck? I got one Blu-ray movie. You know what I'm saying? So like that night alone told me like, yo, don't take this shit for granted, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, so take advantage. Like, you know, like it's there. So utilize it. You know, not just for like fucking like, you know, TikTok videos and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Not there's anything wrong with TikTok. You know, like you can get some good info off TikTok, but like, you know, that's all I'm saying.
Good recipes on TikTok.
Is that right? TikTok the new Pinterest?
Cleaning hacks, recipes, yeah.
Man, you know what? I want to hit on something that you said that was pretty integral. See, that we are a big proponent on our podcast too is, you know, you stick to what you know, and you use what you've had, and you know, a lot of people get caught up in feeling like they need this and they need to have this and need to have this in order to, but you made it work and you've been successful and continue success for you in the future. You know, I mean, it's because a lot of people get caught up in feeling like they have to have a whole bunch of stuff, this, that, and the other, man. But you know, like I said, with your success and your continued success, you've been able to use what you have, utilize what you have to the fullest, to still be able to, you know, achieve the goals that you want, that you set out for yourself each and every time you put something down. So
it's true. I appreciate that, man. I guess that is true. Like when you say it like that, that is true. I never really thought about it, but
yeah, that's why I asked you. You never use MPCs or nothing, because I'm like, wow, I know the capabilities of Fruity Loops. Like we all know the famous people that's, you know, made.
I know people that made it off Fruity Loops.
Right, you really made all that shit on Fruity Loops is boggling me, like, cause you have some incredible shit, and I'm like, damn, some shit that I would have 20 tracks of sounds with in my DAW, you made on Fruity Loops, like that's crazy. That's dope, though.
I appreciate it. That's something I love to do. Definitely have a passion for that.
I got a question for you. So after you've seen all the success that you got, like, you know, with music, what's driving you to say like, all right, I'm gonna go to Full Sail and I'm gonna get a degree in this, even after like the success?
Yeah, that's
good question. Too. Good question. I'm glad you asked that or asked me that, because it's like that's like where I'm at, like mostly in my life now. It's just so it's like the elephant in the room. It's like for me, once I moved to California, my mind was set. Like, I'm about to make it as a producer out here. It's nothing that's gonna stop me. Do boom, 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 boom. But life happened in a way that it didn't pop off like that, right? Like I had some success, but I wasn't able to live off of it, right? So it forced me to. For me, it really helped me spark my spiritual journey of really figuring out who I am, like what I'm supposed to be doing, like why I'm here, like what my whole life is actually about, and all of that. And I still don't have all the answers. Like I can't tell you why I am not like just sitting next to Timbaland right now and like we making beats together. Like that was what I had in my mind. But you know, life is teaching me that it's not all. There's more happening on this planet than just what's going on in your own head. And if you think just what's going on in your own head is the whole world, you are deluded. and life has showed me that. So that's just one of the pieces. But to answer your question, just life. Like, you know, after things didn't fully happen how I wanted it to happen in California and in Atlanta, it's just like, what am I going to do from here? Like, I need money, but I can't shut it off. Like, I can't stop myself from wanting to make music or acting. Like, those are two things I just can't stop. So once I got established in the truck world and started being able to provide for myself with a truck, then it was just like, it just came up. Like, I was just looking for like something else to do, like just to progress from here. And I was looking for different like certifications that I could get just to make some money, and Full Sail came up and it just clicked for me like, why have I never done this? Like, I've always known about this school, and but I just never decided to do it. I'm like, just do it now. So it's just kind of like, it's just how it played out. I have a love for music, can't let it go. Life happened, my plans changed, and so this is just where we are now. So I'm just gonna keep going hard from where I am now, doing the best I can. Let's see what happens.
And do you like? And so while you're in classes, do you still feel like, because I know for me, like I remember like the excitement I used that like I felt when I was initially learning like production and stuff like that. But I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I'm pressing a button, and then all of a sudden you press something and it land on time. You're like, oh, like you know what I'm saying? Like, do you still get that same excitement from it? You know what I mean? Like, you still feel that like because it is like, does it still feel new to you? I guess I should say like at times.
Different moments. Like not so much in school. Well, yes and no. Let me say yes and no. Like that moment that you just described, not me making music, but I did have a moment like that, just learning music theory. Okay. And like just like understanding how something fit together that I did before, but actually understanding it, had that kind of experience. But other than that, the last time will be working with Lynn and Tyler. We were working on this movie and working on the music for the soundtrack. And for me, like making beats, I pretty much did it all like alone. I work with other people every once in a while, but it's kind of like a solo thing for me. I never really sit in the same room and like vibe with other people and like we like make this music together. But we did that together during this movie, and I had that experience of just like, oh shit, like I don't need to come up with that idea. Lynn will play something, I'll play the chord progression, Lynn will play something, like that's it. And it just, I had definitely had that moment. Okay. Working with them. That's so dope. Yeah, working with others, I think that's the way for me now, that's the only way that's gonna happen. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, having a good collab is the best feeling in the world.
Networking people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
When you get with people that know what they're doing and it just fits.
It's
the best thing in the world.
Absolutely.
Especially when everybody kind of stay in their lane too, like you know, somebody's like, cause one thing I've always hated is like you running a session, like I'll be making a beat and like, and no disrespect to rappers, but like I used to hate when rappers be in the session like, yo, go, I'm like, fam, if you don't tell your man, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? So like everybody just kind of stay, you know, where they supposed to be, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Absolutely, for sure.
Word. But yo, you know what? You definitely need to get an iPad now for when you taking a break in the truck.
Right.
And you get an idea, and you could just lay it right down, right in the truck. Pull over, whatever, lunch break, whatever you do, pull over.
Right.
And then once you get off of work, take it to the crib, plug it in, you gonna be like, your mind gonna be blown, bro.
And
like,
the bonuses, it's not just for music, you know what I mean? Because you're not just into music. You could do so much. Video work, artwork, you could do so much on them.
That is crazy. I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Yeah, and she's the one who put me on.
For real?
Yeah, when I found out, I was like, yo, you got to get on this. Like, you have got to.
It's a £1 studio.
What? If he didn't buy the iPad, I was buying
studio
it
on
for
my
him.
iPad. It's crazy. Like,
man, I was like, you have to.
Right.
Sound design.
Sound design, everything. Like, you could do everything on there. I do everything in there. Video work, website work, artwork, music, everything on the iPad. I went from what's one of the original like mini joints iPad. Yeah. My daughter had one when someone told me you can use it to produce and things. So I'm like, let me see. So I took hers one day and I opened Garageband and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. But I still had no clue there was a million apps out there that you could do other things with. I'm thinking, all right, for Garageband alone, this is crazy. Yeah. So I got one. I'm like 3-4 iPads in right now. Yeah. Since then. No lie.
You got 3 more on pre-order right now. Right. The next 3 models. Before they even come out, they're on pre-order.
Right.
She got the Pro, the Pro Pro, and the Pro 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 Pro.
One for everything. Nah. But I'm telling you, watch some videos. I think you see the capabilities, you'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna grab one up. Yeah. And shit, they got listen, it ain't no comparison, so don't take me the wrong way, but they got FL Studio Mobile on the iOS too.
I heard it's finally made its way to Apple.
Look at Cheez. I knew somebody was gonna curse me out.
I know it's probably buggy.
No, it's not even buggy. It's FL Studio in name. It's like a whole different layout. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm gonna tell
if
you right
you're gonna
now.
go
Take your
anywhere, go to
$15.
Beatmaker3.
If you want to take $15 and throw it out the window, then you just go ahead and do it right now. Because I got that shit. I made like 3 beats on it. And
Wait,
it is
FL
like,
Studios 15? It's that much? I thought
yeah, when I got it, it was like
5.
15. Nah, that shit like 15 when I got it. But when I got it, seeing people go crazy in it. But like, it's just like there's like the MPC, they have an app, and I'm not a fan of that app at all. But like Ms.LeD could get busy in that shit. I can't. Oh my, for the life of me. Like it took me one day. I bought it, and I do another one. Don't you want to throw your money out the window?
Now
but
they messed that app up too.
But like, yeah, no, it's just like it's just, it works weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it took me like 2 hours to like loop up like a Stevie Wonder sample and to throw a bass line under it and some drums over it. And I said, never again, bro, never again. No. It's just like. To me, if like the creative process is frustrating, I can't open that app back up. You know what I mean? It's like nah, cause you making me like apprehensive about creation. It's like nah.
Like you killing my buzz.
Yeah,
man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, I open the app singing what's that? Kendrick Lamar, like, oh, app don't kill my vibe. App don't kill my vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like
I see.
But but it's a lot of good shit out there. A lot of good shit.
Yeah.
Like, and
everybody's gonna have their own gumbo, their own low flavor. But everybody has their own workflow. Everything is, everybody got their favorite dolls and their favorite equipment. Like that's the beauty of it too. It's like one thing that I look at like, man, ain't no way in hell I can mess with that. But then turn around, they'll feel the same way. Like, well, I can mess with that, but
exactly.
She may not like it, or he may not like it. You know what I mean? So yeah.
It's true.
Well, we ain't gonna try to take up too much more of your time, man. We appreciate you being on the podcast.
Definitely
today.
do.
Yeah,
Definitely appreciate you being on. Plug all your links right now for everybody where they can find you.
Yeah. You can find me on Instagram. That's Instagram at Nersh316, NERSH316, or on Facebook. Just type in "Invite the Devil to Come and Play." That's the movie. And those are the main 2 links, main 2 ways. And if you just want to check out the movie and the website, it's www.invitethedevil.com. You can go there. And also, if you put your email in, you can be put on our email list, and we'll send you a free copy of the theme music for the show that Lynn wrote.
Dope.
That's what's up. Where can they find your beats too?
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that's right. My beat store is still up. All right, my beat store is still up like right now, but I'm thinking about doing something with my beats that I'm still.
Okay.
I haven't decided. I know like what I'm planning on doing. I just haven't implemented it yet. But as of right now, my beat store is still up. It's quopro.com. It's QUO-PRO.com. It is on BeatStars. I know y'all have watched BeatStars and their rise. It's been an amazing journey watching that website do their thing. But it's up on there right now.
For now. Yeah.
For now. I have an idea of what I'm going to do, but we'll see.
But we'll just leave it alone.
Yeah, for now. So those are the links.
Dope.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we definitely appreciate you coming on.
I'm glad you invited me. This was fun.
Yeah, definitely was.
We'll definitely have you on again in the future, man. We'll have you on.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? When we do like album reviews, we talk about, and when you start messing with an iPad eventually, you're going to be like, wait a minute.
Right.
We're going to get you into one. We're going to get you into one.
I'll come back with updates.
Yeah. Where are they now?
Yeah.
I know.
Matter of fact, next time you're in the town or something like that, man, we'll have to link up too. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And I can show you some of this too, man. So.
So.